In this video, I'm going to go over a photo editing tool called a Photo Tool Libre. A Photo Tool Libre is a photo editor for Linux users. Now, this particular software is not fully rich with a lot of commands that you have to learn, so you don't need a huge textbook to learn how to use it. It only has some of the basic tools under 3 tabs on the right hand side, but there's some nice tools within those 3 tabs, and I'll show you more about those in just a few seconds. And if you're a Linux user, you've got multiple ways to install it on your system. You can click the first link and it will actually take you to the creator's website, where you can click the GitHub website, the Snap Store, the Arch for the Arch Linux users, FlatHub, and the app image. If you click the GitHub link, as you can see here, it will take you to the current releases, and that the time is 1.0.6-1. Here you can download the deb file for Debian and Ubuntu based users. You can download the app image, or you can download the source code and install it on your system by building it by source code. I also had the links here, so the deb package would take you straight back to the GitHub website. And also I have the app images, the Flatpak website, which is here, and you can also download the Snap version, which is here. So I have a variety of ways that you can install it on your Linux system. If you decide to install it by the app image, you can use the launcher program on your system and put the information very similar to the way I did. The only difference is when you put this app image in your folder, you're going to put the path to your folder, and you can replace it with what I have here. The same thing with the icon, and you can use the icon at the bottom of this web page if you don't have an icon for this. Now, don't forget to right click on the app image, choose properties, go to the permission tab, check allow executing as program, hit close before this will actually execute on your system. Once you've done that, it should place it within your menu. The first time you run the app image, it will probably be in light mode. Even if you have a default mode, a dark mode on your system, you can simply change that by going to tools, option, choose appearance, and choose between light mode and dark mode, and it will change it. Now, I'm not going to go through here and show every image, but if you'd like to know more about the software before you install it on your system, you can scroll down and look at all the features that this has on it. I'm going to quickly take a look at it. Go to graphics, choose a Photo Tool Libre, and it will open up. Now, I've already changed it to the dark mode. If I wanted to change it back to light mode, I could just simply go to options, appearance, light mode, but I do prefer the dark mode since my theme of my system is dark mode. Now, within view, it's not going to come check with a histogram, but by checking histogram, when you do load an image, you'll see a little histogram in the lower left hand corner. Now, there's not a lot within the menus. You got open, which you could open an image. You can save an image. You can't print right now because there's no image available to print, and you can close out this particular program. Under edit, you can copy, and there's copy and paste is not highlighted because there's nothing here to copy or to paste. Your options, there's not a lot of options, just your dark mode and show histogram and light mode. That's the only options you have. And within help, you got about, which shows you the current tool and the licensing. And then you've got about QT, which is here. You can read more about that. And then you can check for updates. You can click here and it says you're currently using the newest version of this particular program. Now, there's other ways you can load the images rather than going to file menu and choosing open. You can load an image, or you can save it. Once you load it, you can give it a new name, so that way if you accidentally go file save, you won't overwrite the original image. So let's go to load, choose my name, and I'm going to go down to pictures, and I'm going to choose the one under pictures. I'm going to choose the lion, which is here. And once I load that, since I checked the histogram, you can see the histogram in the lower left corner along with the path of the image I load. Now, since I do have 1920 by 1080 as part of the name, this is not part of the name. This actually gives the resolution of the image that you see here. So if I do go and crop this image and I save it with the same name, it's still going to show 1920 by 1080, but to the right of that will show you the actual size of the newly cropped image. So that's where I recommend that if you do make changes, to go save as new and give it a new name, so that you can maybe give it a new resolution or just take off the resolution, so that way you're not overwriting your original image. Because if you've taken an image with your camera, a lot of times you can't go back and get that same image again, so that you want to make sure that you have a backup of it. Now, on the 3 tabs on the right is the power of this program. The first tab, which is your color tab, it allows you to change the brightness, the contrast, the lights, and the darks. Now, if you do make a mistake, like go too far or go too far to the left, or if you're just randomly changing things around and you decided that you liked it the way it originally was before you started making changes, then just hit the reset button at the bottom and it will take it back to the original or default settings. The same thing with the color controls. When you change the saturation, you can change the hue. Now the hue, you just change it a little bit and it changes it a lot. The color temperature, you can make it hotter colors or cooler colors. So you can make changes here and you can change the tint of it. And let's say that you decided that you wanted to go back to the original, hit reset and it takes it back to the original. Now in the upper middle corner of the tab, you have B and W, which is black and white. You can convert a color image to a black and white image just by simply checking this box. And that way you can print out a black and white image or save it as a black and white image. You can enhance the reds, the greens, the blues. You can choose a natural, which keeps it the same as the default, or a panchromatic, which changes it to all of these are equal. I'm going to go back to natural to make it back to its original default settings. Now with the tools, you have 3 buttons: rotate, crop, and resize. I'm going to start with resize at the bottom. Here's the 1920 by 1080. If you know the resolution you'd like to change it, just simply overtype this, or you can simply just type in a new percentage like 80% of the original, and it will recalculate and give 80% of your width and height and make 80% of the image. If you want to if you decide you don't like the new size, you hit cancel and back out of it, or if you do want to keep the size, you hit OK. Cropping allows you to use the grid as you see here, and you can straighten up or rotate an image or make it to where it looks like it's tilting. You can go back to the center, and that allows you to have it completely a rectangle on your screen if it's a rectangle image. If you have this checked for use crop, you have free, which is available here. You can drag it down, move this around wherever you want. Like if I wanted to crop out just his face, I can hit OK, and there is the lion's face cropped out all around it. When you go back here, it's going to bring back your original image. So if you want to go back to the original size, remember I hit OK with his face. So if I come down here and hit resize, it's going to go back to the face because I didn't go back and hit OK when I rechanged it on the corner. So you got to remember, if you go out without hitting OK or cancel, it will remember the last state. So if I wanted to go back to the original edges, I hit OK. So when I go down to a resize, I'm back to my original image. Now rotate. This does as simply as the name size. You can rotate to the left, you can rotate to the right, you can hit cancel to go back to your original, and if you do decide, if I rotate it to the right, I can hit OK and save it rotated. So as you can see here, there's not a lot of features within this program. However, if you do take a lot of pictures with your camera and you decided you want to enhance the colors or enhance the hue, the tint, or the color temperature, you have this ability with this particular program. So if you're looking for a photo editor just for quickly changing or enhancing your photo images, then I recommend you to give Photo Tool Libre a try. Now, will this be your #1 go-to image editor? Probably not. You might use GIMP or any of the others like Penta or other programs that you may have on your system. But this is a great small tool for just enhancing photos that you may have taken. Hopefully this video has helped someone, and have a great day.